Yeah.
Recording.
Cool.
Hi, Michelle van Tonder, Dr. Michelle van Tonder. How are you today?
Marlon, I'm well. Thank you very much, man. Thanks for this opportunity to chat with you.
Great. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I know this was we sort of just planned this yesterday in terms of us getting on. So I'm so happy that you found the time to do this. I know you have quite a busy schedule. And moving around quite a lot within your own business. So you have been on many of the Uncovering Greatness courses, implementing them in your life. Can we just talk about firstly your experience with some of them? Which one was your most or where was the real breakthrough for you?
Awesome. Absolutely. Marlon, that's one of the interesting factors, because I think in every single one of the courses that is held by Uncovering Greatness, there is an aha moment or a life-changing moment. And one of the things that I learned from the very first one that I was exposed to was I was in a situation where I actually could not afford to actually even play for the course that I had to go on. But yet I knew that was the very thing that was holding me back. So I remember walking up to Barry and saying, "You will be my coach." And he looked at me as I say, "We'll see." And then I went to another course of his, and I thought, no, I've really got to do something, because if I don't tap into literally uncovering greatness, that was the one thing that I was looking for. There's something inside of me that I knew that I could do, but I was hitting the ceiling. It wasn't even a glass ceiling; it was just a flat ceiling. And then I jumped in with 2 feet. I had no clue how I was going to pay for the courses. It was coming out of the sales explosion that really I sat there and thought, you know what, if I don't do something now, I'm never going to change. And so I jumped in with 2 feet and started the coaching with Barry after that. And spending that time with him, I think for me, was in that Little Voice Mastery part of the whole coaching program, where he really challenged me, and in such a nice way, but in a firm way, to say, well, okay, fine, Michelle, get on the phone now. And I'm like, no, when I get home, I'll do it when I get home. And that was a big learning for me, because it's the procrastination that was stealing everything from me and making all these excuses that, okay, well, maybe tomorrow, and submitting to, I'm tired now, I can't go and do this now, I will do it tomorrow. And Little Voice Mastery was, for me, I think, the major turning point in actually tackling what lies I was telling myself, but yet the lies kept me comfortable and kept me in a place where I was safe. And the whole program then just uncovered, and literally I went from bankruptcy to now totally, in 18 months later, maybe say 20 months later now, totally all debt paid for, retired basically. I can travel and go and do whatever I want to do, visit my grandkids around the world. And now I just want to share the key, I think, is not all the input that you get. It's what you do with all the input that you get. Right. It's like they say that knowledge is wisdom, but it's not. It's applied knowledge that is wisdom. And that was something that I was so passionate about. I had to change my life. And I realized that I was being given these magic tools, and it's the application of those tools, being committed to a process, and it doesn't matter what it takes. In actual fact, behind me here is one of the quotes that I've always put up from Barry, and it says that you do whatever it takes, okay, provided it's legal, moral, and ethical. And that was it. And it was just following the process, because it's all of the Uncovering Greatness is all about taking that right from meeting the team members. So, somebody who's picking up the phone to say, hey, you know what, committing to the course, have you paid? All the way through the team that's in the back office, the team that's in the room, empowers the whole system of literally in exposing you to an environment that's extremely professional, and every single person cares for you, right from the person who's making tea and coffee for you in each of these courses, right the way through to Barry, who's actually standing up there and sharing his wealth of knowledge with us. And for me, all I'm going to say is, I don't think I've paid enough money for what I've got out of the process.
Wow. So you mentioned so much in that, and thank you for that. There's so much that goes into that. And I just want to just sort of go back to the part where you spoke about sort of how Barry runs his rooms. And I mean, someone that's, I know at that stage you were training. I'm not sure if you still are. Are you still training? So you're still doing training.
Still training.
I mean, someone that does run their own rooms, and I'm sure you've been in many rooms before that. What would you say? I mean, how important is that experience that you had compared to where else you've been, and for your learning and for the breakthrough that nurturing of that, so that you can come out of your shell? How important is that for you?
It is so important, and you're quite right in what you're saying. Being a trainer, having trained for many years, and my PhD is in leadership and management, so that was my field of expertise. I love to develop leaders, and I've literally done the whole continent of Africa and a couple of other countries as well, developing leaders for very senior organizations, and in the corporate world, and also in the government sector. And you kind of just, as a trainer, rock up and you accept that the room is in a U shape, or you accept that we're cinema style, or you accept that. And coming into the first experience, which for me was in the actual train the trainer and the sales explosion, was the layout of the room was very, very specific. However, when you walk into the room, you're not aware of it. Okay. And you kind of like just say, okay, well, we're going to sit. Oh, yay, we're sitting at tables, for example. And you sit down and then you come in again and the room is immaculate. And it's like somebody took the time to actually make sure that space, with it not being cluttered, when you come in, you realize you're refreshed. So subconsciously you walk to that room and the stress that you're feeling goes away, because it's this clean, immaculate, everything is structured, everything's put back into place. The whole part of making sure that the experience of the actual training, as well as the experience of the actual content and the experience of the trainer. So the whole context of the whole environment is designed to fast track your learning, and it was extremely powerful. So much so that I decided this is the way I need to train, and decided to join the bigger picture of uncovering greatness, because I realized there is no other way for a trainer to actually impact its delegates the way that the Uncovering Greatness model is doing, which is awesome.
So now you're involved in your own business endeavors, training. What else are you doing? Like, could you give us a bit of a rundown of your business and what you're up to currently? I mean, you're traveling soon.
I am traveling soon, and I've decided that one of the things I'm extremely passionate about is empowering women. I don't mind empowering men as well. So my organization's called Women's Wealth Care, and all I want to do is empower women to actually understand how they can utilize their gifts, skills, and talents in whatever field that they're in, to actually understand that there is such a way that one can actually work and make sure that we create residual income, because I don't think many people realize that their expenses are residual. So I don't know if you realize that whether you go to work or whether you don't, whether you go on holiday or not, your electricity bill is going to arrive at your doorstep.
Exactly.
Okay, your rent is going to arrive at your doorstep. And I just want to empower women, men and women, but specifically women, and say, listen, let's stand up, arise. We're the ones that keep the thermometer of the household going. We're the ones that make sure that everything is run at home. So yes, you guys are absolutely awesome in looking after the finances and bringing the moose home, but someone's got to cut the moose up, and it's us that get them to cut it up. So I'm passionate about it. Yes.
Great. Wow. So what's the name of your business, and like, how could we connect with you? Should there be other ladies or other women who would like to be empowered in this manner? How could they connect with you?
So the best way I love connecting with people, first and foremost, is through Facebook. So just find Women's Wealth Care and connect through, like my page. Let's have some chats. Let's empower you, give you a whole lot of information that can just, sometimes it may be, the empowerment may not necessarily be income. The empowerment may be just a motivational quote that just makes your day and enables you to actually be a better person in your workplace. So I'm very, just go to Facebook and find me on Women's Wealth Care.
Great, perfect. So that's Women's Wealth Care. We'll probably have something that shows up somewhere in the bottom of this.
Yeah,
Thank
awesome.
you so much, Michelle. Thank you so much for your time. Really appreciated chatting to you. Always pleasure learning from you. And good luck, and I'll see you soon.
Definitely. Awesome, Marlon. Thanks a million.
Thank
Take care.
you.